Hello everyone and welcome to a custom model segment. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of characters from the upcoming movie Journey Beyond Sodor. So the first character we're going to look at is Frankie. So Frankie was made from two different models. So her chassis and wheels were taken from an extra old style duck model that I had. I used my Dremel tool to cut off the chassis. He basically had like two screws that connected him to his chassis. So I was like cutting, and then I was trying to pry off the rest with a screwdriver. And so I was able to do it. So yeah, that's like the first time I actually did something as far as taking off the chassis of an engine. So I painted over Duck's name and put Frankie's name on the bottom, as you can see here. And before I talk about like the body part, with the glue I was using to glue this chassis onto the body, it was like Gorilla Glue. So with the way that works, there was like foam coming out from underneath the body and stuff. So yeah, it is going to be noticeable, but I hope you guys really don't mind that or something. And so now the body was taken from this off-brand diesel right here. I had another one of these. So I separated the engine from the chassis, and this one was a little tougher because the chassis is like glued on or something, or like really attached. So I was like cutting it with my Dremel tool, and then I took a screwdriver and was able to pry it off. And so yeah, that's how I was able to make Frankie here. So let me just go into some of her details. So Frankie is two different shades of blue. This part of her is indigo, and the rest of her, including her wheels, are ocean blue. So that's a little odd in my opinion, because I actually didn't realize that when I was painting her. I originally had like all of her body before I had her name painted. I had all of her body and her wheels painted with the indigo color, but upon looking at the picture of the Adventures Frankie, I realized I needed to change the color to have it be correct. And so yeah, I honestly don't know why she's like two different colors. That's a little odd or something. But anyways, so I painted her name here. And then you can see she's got cab windows here. A bumper beam back here. And of course cab windows on the side. Buffers and her number 4002, and I put MSC on the top here. Those are the initials of the place where the engine of Frankie's class used to work. I mean, I know the name, but I don't really want to say it. I'm not sure if I'll get the first word right when I say it here on camera. And anyways, the last two details. Her face, I found a head-on picture of the Adventures Frankie, so I printed it out, cut the face part out, and stuck it onto her by putting some clay behind the face. So yeah, that's how I was able to do that. And then her little lamp here was made with clay too. This part is black, and then it's got green and red things like lights, not really lights, but green and red spots on the sides, and then this gray part here is like the bulb of her light, of her lamp. And so that's Frankie. And so let's move on to the next custom. So the next custom is actually the last one I've made, and I made it today. And so this custom is Hurricane. And so this Hurricane model was made with an off-brand train that I bought from a store that's near the place where I get my hair cut. So yeah, I bought it from this little store. And so, let's just take a look. So, Hurricane is maroon. And then I painted like his wheels red, because I guess that's the closest color that they're supposed to be from what I was looking at the Adventures model. So he's got like a space for his crew to enter his cap. Of course, that part was painted. And then he's got the number 20. I wasn't able to get the number 20 on his buffer beam because of how small it is. But I was able to add like buffers and a coupling right there in the middle. So same thing on the other side here. And then the face was also put on using clay. If you look here, you can see that the clay that I put behind the face, because I was pressing it against the front of the train to get it to stick on, the clay is kind of coming out from behind the face here. But I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I don't want to mess with it or anything. And so now the face was taken from like a little promo picture from the Thompson Tank Wiki. So this promo picture is like his promo picture on his Trackmaster model box. So yeah, I didn't want to like use one of the pictures where he's like come out of the steelworks and his face is all smudged up with smoke and from smoke and stuff. So yeah, I thought this face looked better, and he looks more sinister, of course, with this face. And so yeah, that's Hurricane, and let's move on to the last model. And so now my last custom model is the... Wait, where did it go? I had it right there or something. Did it turn invisible? Or oh, there it is. It just got moved over there. Come on, Merlin, you're not fooling anyone. Alright, let's bring in Merlin here. So, Merlin was made from an extra sticky spill hero that I had. So I cut off his hero's face using my Dremel tool. And basically I went about painting the model. So I have his model painted gray with some cab windows on the sides here, and of course his number on the side of his cab. And then this thing that's taped on is supposed to be his nameplate, but when I was taking a photo of the event, using a photo of the Adventures Merlin and trying to crop the photo to show the nameplate, I couldn't get it out with very good quality or something. So yeah, it's not exactly the best, but I'm just leaving it the way it is. So he has his red running board, and that yellow part is his whistle. And so then his face was a head-on promo picture, as you may guess, and I got his buffers and his number right here. And then I also cut off Hero's lamp using my Dremel, because Merlin's lamps are down here on his buffer beam. So these lamps were made with clay, as you can see. And then I made Merlin's extra 2 smokestacks with clay. And that's all for the Merlin part. And then there's nothing really to say about the tenor other than it was painted gray and red with buffers here at the back and the number on the sides. And that's all 3 of my custom models from Journey Beyond Sodor. Now I'm not for sure what's going to happen in the way of us getting actual models of them from Mattel. We'll just see what the future holds. So yeah, for now I hope you like my custom models of Frankie, Hurricane, and Merlin. And so yeah, and let me just give a couple updates real quickly. So in case you haven't noticed or realized, my backdrop has been changed a little bit. So the table has had its legs folded in. Like the legs can fold and go underneath the table. The table has been lowered down to the floor. The reason is because, let me just stand up here, and I got another roll of sky paper to extend it down to here. So the reason why I decided to change the backdrop a little was because this thing right here, when the table was standing up, this thing was always like slipping off the side, and that was getting annoying, so I decided to just change it so it wouldn't keep happening. So yeah, the backdrop is now down to the ground. And so when the director's cut of Steamies vs. Diesel is released, you're going to notice this change with the backdrop halfway through the movie. So yeah. And I have been working on it. I've got another 6 minutes filmed yesterday, I believe. However, cleaners are coming to my house tomorrow, and that's one of the problems with delays of filming. Cleaners come to my house every 2 weeks. So that's one of the things that kind of slows down my filming. I mean, I can get as much filming done as I can during the 2 weeks before the cleaners come, but you know, there's just a lot of other stuff I want to do in my life, and although I do like to do a lot of filming, I can't do it 24/7. I mean, I usually just film as much as I can before my camera is almost out of battery. Then I let it charge, and once it's charged, I maybe decide to edit the footage I already have. And then, because I've been filming with sets nowadays, it just takes longer to get each set built and then film the scenes for that set. And so yeah, that's pretty much why filming takes longer nowadays. Okay, I think that's all I have to say for now. So thanks for watching this custom model segment on Frankie, Hurricane, and Merlin, and I'll see you guys later.